Welcome to my brand new series on 10 tips for self-improvement. Part 1 is self-awareness. Self-awareness is key, right? How can you improve yourself when you don't know what you need to improve on? How can you improve yourself when you don't know where you need improvement? I always use the analogy of a car. When something wrong with your car, you take it to the mechanic. They perform what's called a diagnostic. They diagnose the problem. You don't just go and start working on the car without knowing what's wrong with the car. Is there something wrong with the tires? Is there something wrong with the brake pads? Is there something wrong with the engine, the transmission? Do you need an oil change? Right? So there's a lot of different parts on that car, a lot of different aspects of that vehicle that could be going wrong, that may need some work, that may need some improvement. But before you just start working on the car, you have to diagnose the car and see what needs improvement. So the same can be said about yourself. We go and watch videos and read books, self-improvement, 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 without first being self-aware on what needs improvement. So the first thing is you need to perform a self-diagnostic. Diagnose yourself as far as what you need to improve on. When I say diagnose yourself, I don't mean from a physician standpoint or a doctor standpoint. I just mean from a simple standpoint of what you need to improve on. In January, a lot of people, they have New Year's resolutions. I want to improve on this. I want to improve on that. And you get to February, you get to March, and now they forget about that. So no matter what day of the week, no matter what month of the year, you have to always be self-aware and understand what needs improvement. Because before you can fix the car, you have to know what's wrong. Before you can, go through that personal development and self-improvement, you have to know where you need improvement. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is to increase your self-awareness is you need time for self-reflection. That's step number 2. You have to have time and make time for self-reflection. Just like in school, when your first time hearing the lesson, your first time hearing the lecture, or your first time learning about something, that's not really when you fully absorb or grasp the material. It's when you go back and reflect on what you learned in class. It's when you go back and reflect on what you read in the textbook. When you take notes, when you highlight what's important, when you know what I mean, you create a study guide, you repeat things over and over and over, repetition. That's how you memorize things. That's how you take things from short-term memory and store it as long-term memory. Right? So you have to have time for self-reflection. We go through things in life, but you have to learn from whatever you go through. You have to learn from what you go through. Because life is not always just going to be sunny days. Sometimes you will have rainy days, ups and downs, peaks and valleys, good days, bad days, wins and losses. But the losses aren't losses. The losses are opportunities for you to learn lessons. Turn the losses into lessons. And now you can receive your blessing. So you have to make time for self-reflection. We've all been through things. We've all been through adversity. So you have to reflect on that. How did those experiences shape you into who you are today? How did those experiences impact you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially? How did that impact you? Only you can really understand that and really grasp that and learn that through self-reflection. And the second aspect of that self-reflection sometimes can come through the form of therapy. I know me personally, I've been to therapy and I've spoken to a counselor. I've spoken, even to, confidants and close people, friends and family in my life. And that has helped, with reflection and helping me become more self-aware, which brings me to my third point. Ask those around you, ask those who know you well, ask them about yourself. See, sometimes people can see things in us that we can't see in ourselves. I'm going to say that one more time. Sometimes people can see things in us that we can't see in ourselves. Sometimes people can see greatness within you before you can even see it. And sometimes we have talents, we have gifts, we have skills that we may be sitting on and letting those skills and talents be dormant. But if you're watching this video, this is your sign to become more self-aware. Seek and you shall find. Ask and you shall receive. So go to the people around you. What can I work on? What do you think needs improvement? What areas can I improve on? That can be in a relationship, a friendship, as a member of a team or organization. And a lot of times, people that want the best for you, that have your best interest, they'll be willing to share ways in which you can improve. But like I said, you have to seek in order to find, ask in order to receive. So that's very important in self-awareness. You have to, before we can get in all the self-improvement and all these discipline habits and things of that nature, you have to be more self-aware so you know what you need to improve on. So to summarize the video, number one, how can you improve if you don't know what needs improvement? And I use the example with the car. You can't just get to working on the car. You have to the mechanic go and perform a diagnostic. You got to see what's wrong with the car and then go to work on it. So see what areas you need to improve on, then attack those areas. Number two is self-reflection. Spend time reflecting on the things that you've went through. Once again, those losses or those negative experiences or moments, learn from them. There's lessons in that. Turn the losses into lessons, and those lessons will help you receive your blessings. And last but not least, number three, ask those around you, what can you work on? Seek therapy, talk to somebody. Especially us as men, sometimes our pride can get in the way of, going out to seek help. But that doesn't make you no less of a man. That doesn't make you no less of an individual. That doesn't make you weak. It actually takes a lot of strength to be vulnerable. Vulnerability, let me take that back. It takes a lot of strength to be open. It takes a lot of strength to be open. I don't want to use the term vulnerable. I want to use the term open. To be available and open and transparent. It takes a lot of strength to do that. So don't think that seeking therapy or talking to somebody or seeking counseling makes you weak. That's not weak at all. Seek and you shall find, ask and you shall receive. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see next, and I'll catch you on the next video.